Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make Justin Bieber. We're going to be using a single loom, and it's going to be in the offset configuration, which means columns 1 and 3 are going to be slightly lower than column 2. The arrow is facing towards you. If you don't have an arrow on your loom, the open part of the peg is facing towards you. We're going to be double banding, which means you take 2 bands and you place them over the pegs together as if they were one band. The colours you're going to need, I'm using tan for the highlights of his hair, then I'm going to use brown for his hair, I'm going to use white for his t-shirt, black for his pants, I'm using a light flesh tone colour, and I'm using a dark grey for his shoes, his boots. I'm also using little size 6 seed beads for his eyes, and I already have those threaded onto a flesh tone band. So we will get started here. Do a crossover band here, so take a single band, stretch it into a figure 8, and we're going to put that across here. And then for his eyes, we're going to take a single band and we're going to twist it once, twice, and 3 times. That's going to go across there, and that will stop his eyes from sinking to the back of his head. Taking our band with our eyes on, we're going to place that here. And what I am going to do is use my hook and part the band that his eyes are on and make one side of the band go up above this peg and the other side go below it. So it kind of acts a bit like a crossover band. I'm going to take 3 bands for his neck, and they're going to go here, and then I'm going to use 2 bands just below it for his sort of thoraxy chest area. Double banding for his shoulders. And we're going to come down 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then down the middle. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do some crossover bands in his chest area, single bands, stretch it out, figure 8, and we'll put that here across his chest. I'm going to do another one here, and another one here, and they're in a triangle shape because they're going across those 3 pegs like so. Alright, next we're going to do some black for his trousers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now some crossover bands here. He's got slim hips, so you take a single band and you loop it on itself. Like that. And we're going to need one more from across here to here. Single band, stretch it out. Now I always like to take this part of the band and stretch it up over that bottom last peg that we've used there. Make sure these are still covering those though. For his boots I'm going to use 3 between these 2 pegs and 3 between the other 2 on the other side as well. we'll do his arms. We're going to take a single band and put our hook through it and wrap it once, twice, 3 times. You're going to slide that onto a pear, reclaim the end, slide onto another pear, and slide onto one more pear. And then we're going to do 2 pair of white. That's for his t-shirt, the sleeves. So 1 and 2, and that will go here on this shoulder. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, a single band, put it through a hook, wrap it once, twice, 3 times, slide it onto a pair, and onto another pair, and onto one more pair, and then 2 pair of white. And that will slide onto his other shoulder, like that. Now what we're going to do is his boots. For his boots we're going to use grey. I'm going to take 2 bands, put my hook through, and curl it, wrap it around my hook once, twice, 3 times, and we're going to slide that onto a pair of bands. Like that. Reclaim the end of your band, and take another pair, wrap it once and twice, not 3 times like the first one. Take a pair of bands and slide that on. Now with the one that we just did first, move that up and take the pair of the end that is closest to the end of the hook, slide it over so that it's onto that band. Take this off the hook and replace it with the other side, and place that on the band, and then reclaim your bands, and you have a little boot shape. And we're going to pop that on the end of our leg here, like that. We'll do the same on the other side. So take a pair of bands, put your hook through, wrap it once, twice, and 3 times. Take a pair of bands, and we're sliding them on. Reclaim the end of your bands, do the same again. Pair of bands, wrap it once and twice, not 3 times. Take another pair of grey, and we're going to slide that on. Taking the one that we made first, slide the first pair of ends on, take this off the hook and swap it with the other bands on the other side, and move those over as well. Reclaim your bands, and there we have our little boot shape to go on this side, like that. Now we've got our boots, our crossover bands, we're ready to loom. Sorry, I hit the camera. Pull that past the shoe, you're going to find 3 grey bands that you need to loom up. Same on this side, and it's 3, not 2. Oops, 3, not 4. Let's try that again. Okay, pull that back, find the 3 and loom up. There we go, I was being a bit enthusiastic. Now where you have a crossover band, you're going to use your hook to push the crossover band out the way so that you can just get to those 2 bottom bands. Okay, push it out the way, grab the 2 bottom bands. up to the shoulders, like that. Now dig down, you're going to grab those 2 bottom white bands and loop it through to the neck. This is how we tie our arms in, which makes sure that when we take it off the loom, we don't leave our arms off. Dig down here and find 3 bands for that neck and loom up. Now we're on the face, grab the 2 top bands and loom across. Same on the other side, the next 2 top and then the 2 bottom. We want to loom the middle up first, all the way to the hair, and then we'll loom the sides in. The reason I'm doing that is because I want the highlights, those tan highlights, to be the last bands that we loom. Now you're going to take 2 tan bands and we're going to tie this off using those tan bands. Dig your hook down the middle and out through the side. Grab the 2 tan bands, pull them up and around to the back of that peg. Reclaim the bands onto your hook. So I've got a cat hair. Take the 2 closest to you up, over and off and pull tight into a slip knot. We're ready to take the beads off our loom. There we go, saggy pants. Pull his eyes out a bit so they're not sinking to the back of his head. His boots, stretch his legs out a bit, like so. Now, we want to do his jewellery and his butt and his mouth. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 silver bands. We need 3 white bands, 2 skin tone bands, and let's get, oh, and a black band for his mouth. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to do his butt first. Putting your hook in the side here, you're going to grab 2, well, actually you can probably just grab 2 this side. Grab 2 bands, white bands, and you're going to grab a single white band and pull it through like that, and we're going to tie that into a knot like that. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. Grab these, put your hook through these 2, grab a single white band, pull it through, reclaim the end of your band, the one closest to you up, over and off, and pull into a slip knot. Next we're going to take a single flesh tone band, wrap it 5 times, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times will do, 4 times, and we're going to slide that onto that white band like that. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. Take a single band, wrap it once, twice, 3 times and 4 times, and we're going to slide this onto that white band on the other side. Okay, next we're going to put our hook through the middle of his groin area. I know it sounds like it's going to hurt terribly, and I didn't do that very well. Hang on, let's try that again. Through the middle here, where his belly button will be, his umbilical. Pull that through, and you're going to make sure that those flesh tone bands stay there. And the same on the other side. Actually, we might even need to be a little bit lower. Where the white and the black t-shirt meet will probably be a good area. There we go. And we're going to do that on the other side as well. So push that, your hook back up through that area, and grab the other white band and push that through. Now unfortunately I have got that twisted, so let me untwist that a bit so it doesn't look so bad. Okay, so we have 2 white bands. This is his butt here, his butt cheeks. We have 2 white bands here. What we're going to do is put one over the other. No, we're not. We're going to keep them both. Keep them both. Take your last single band, put those through, and reclaim it on the other end. One closest to you, up, over and off, into a knot. We're going to thread this up the middle of his body. So, digging down through these bands, you're going to grab that and we're going to pull it up, hiding that knot in his t-shirt. Okay? And we're going to come up through his chest area there. Whoops, sorry. So, dig down again, grab that and pull it through like that, so that that loop is coming through where his skin tone and white t-shirt meet. Okay, so there's his little buns hanging out of his pants, and there's the loop at the front. Now we're going to do his necklace, and we're going to make use of this band. Take a single silver necklace band, and we'll put that round his neck like that. Now we're not just going to leave it like that, that looks horrible. So take another single band, wrap it around your hook once, twice, 3 times. Okay, we're going to slide that onto the loop of the white, and we're going to move this under like that, and then put your hook back here through his chest again. It has to be a different spot than when you came out. Grab the end of that white band and pull it through to the back like that. That is going to be where we put our S clip or C clip or whatever clip you fancy using, and I'm just going to attach that there, and the other side I'm going to put on his necklace, just so that it's holding that down as well. Okay, so there's his necklace, and we made use of that white band. For his watch, sorry, I'm hitting the camera again, I'm getting too close. You have one band here and another here. We're going to go through that second band, grab the silver, pull it through to the other side, stretch it out and put it over his hand like that. The same on the other side, stretch it out, put his wrist through it, hit your camera for the 3rd time in the evening, and there is his watch or his wristband. We're going to do his mouth and his eyes, but let's hide these first. Turn him over so that you're facing his back, and we're just going to hide these down the back here. There is a slip knot there, so I don't believe that they're going to unravel or untangle, but they're not the nicest to see, so let's hide them. Grabbing your hook, pull those down, but you don't want to mess up his hair. I mean, he would never forgive you, so don't pull them too tight that you mess up his hair. Okay, for his mouth, the single black band, I'm going to take it and cut it so that instead of a loop you end up with a line. Using a fine crochet hook, you're going to stab him through the back of his head, and that will come through to the front. Bend that band in half, and where the loop is, pull it to the back of his head and let go of one side just so that you pull the other side through. Okay, and then go the other side of his face, about the same spot that you were before. Grab that loop again and pull it through. Now I didn't do a very good job there, you can see it here and I don't like that, so I'm going to redo that. I'm going to try and drag it to the back of the set. Oh, that was really good. Take 94. See, it happens to everybody. There we go, pull it through, keep hold of one end and let go of the other. I'm going to watch where I'm putting it now. There we are. There it is. Now, I'm going to make sure those ends are probably a bit even, and I'm just going to simply tie them in a knot, like so, and I'm going to trim these ends, not so that they're so close that the knot's going to unravel, because I don't want the knot to unravel, but I don't want it to be seen from the other side of his face. Turning him over, I'm going to look at that mouth. I'm going to pull it and adjust it and tweak it a bit so that it's in the right spot that I want it. There we go. I'm going to take a black Sharpie and I'm going to draw his pupils in on these eyes so he doesn't look quite so funky. There we go. So here we have Justin Bieber with his saggy pants, his bling, and his bum hanging out the back there. Hope you enjoy making him. I look forward to seeing them. Take care.